Ladies and gentlemen, Episode 2, Pokemon Sword and Shield, or Pokemon 2019 anime. Let's talk about that, shall we? Let's do a quick breakdown, shall we, ladies and gentlemen, and explain what happened in the episode. So let's get started. Now, we are welcome to the second episode of the 2019 Pokemon anime by the haunting screech from a Dodrio, standing on top of Ash's house. Now, however, I can't play the audio, or else I get a big shaft from Showpro, so sorry about that one. Either way, Ash, like the doofus he is, once again oversleeps and decides to yeet his Pokeball clock into a wall. Now, today is apparently a special day because Professor Oak's friend is opening his own lab, and for plot convenience, Ash has to come along for the grand opening. Now, as the character gets there, basically introduced to a new female sidekick who rolls with a Yamper, which honestly, in my opinion, is the most adorable, adorably animated thing in the whole show.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never...
Now, shortly after that, the new professor shows up and gives everyone the classic Pokemon shtick about catching Pokemon, making bonds and connections. You know, the good old friendship is magic, friendship conquers all stuff. Just after basically doing all that, we get a few small scenes showing Go, the new protagonist that is going to journey with Ash. He's casually just getting approached by the most thick, and I'm being honest here, the most thick of Psyducks, and then casually strolls away. Now, this is where the juicy parts of this episode comes into play, and also get one of the best references to Snorlax from Generation 1. Honestly, pretty awesome little reference in this. We get to witness the appearance of Lugia, a legendary Pokemon, in a Pokemon anime episode. Now, this to me was honestly quite an epic moment, and genuinely, I love this. Okay, hear me out. This was actually freaking fantastic. I love this. Now, let's continue, shall we? However, there is one issue, and I must point this out. It does seem like the Pokemon Company is trying very hard to push the concept of raid battles into the Pokemon anime because of Pokemon Go, which does kind of seem to undermine the significance of legendary Pokemon and mythicals, something that the Pokemon, mainline games have been having a massive problem with. But I digress. It's not really that important, but it does feel a little bit weird. But either way, F all that, we got some Sakuga animation moments of Lugia, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, I think this has to be one of the best animated scenes I've seen of Lugia ever. The flow and overall intensity is just great. Legitimately, this shit looked good, okay? It looked good, okay? It looked good. Now, we witnessed some off-brand cosplayers try to catch Lugia, or rather start a raid, and fail horribly. Honestly, these guys were just not that strong. They literally just get totally destroyed by Lugia. It's just way too strong. Now, however, don't fear, because Doofus 1 and Doofus 2 decided it's a smart idea to jump onto the back of a giant flying monster because, hey, they're Ash, and they're Go, so they do what they gotta do. So we witness as Ash and Go both ride on top of Lugia. Go spends his time investigating and recording data on Lugia, while Ash just enjoys the moment, which really is pretty much how Ash would be, right? Because he wouldn't really spend his time trying to research about the Pokemon, whereas Go is trying to take pictures and kind of research what the deal with Lugia is, because he's so close up to it, which other people have not achieved before. Now, we then have a great set of animated scenes of Lugia flying around with Ash and Go, and also get a small hint towards Lugia talking telepathically with Ash, and honestly, I love this, because it's a reference back to the Lugia in the Pokemon 2000 movie from, 2000, right? The second Pokemon movie. It references back to then, where Lugia used to, telepathically speak to Ash and stuff, and I love that. So, really cool that they reference that in here, which is pretty much really, really sick, and also opens up the possibility of Ash being this kind of, character, again, that's just gonna have, a nice little connection with the legendary Pokemon, whereas Go is more like the, I guess, statistical and data management type guy, So, yeah, after a bunch of riding around with Lugia, they just end up landing. Ash and Go both get yeeted off its back and then stroll back home, just tired and emotionally distraught, I guess. They're actually more happy, or not really emotionally distraught. They're just happy, let's be honest, okay? The new professor gives them the task to become researchers for him, and this is the end of the second episode. And I must say, honestly, I love this direction. Though a bit strange that they don't reference a lot, to Ash's previous achievements, and also don't seem to bring up the idea of Ash taking on any more, leagues, or Ash taking on gyms. It does, feel a little bit strange. However, I want to give this episode a 8 out of 10, because honestly, being well animated and setting things up awesomely is what this anime episode has done. This is an episode that sets things up perfectly. However, Go and Ash seem to be a tad alike, I must say, which did kind of create this little weird of a situation, because it creates kind of this weird dynamic at times in the episode. You feel like they're just way too the same, but they do end up being different as the series progresses. I feel like they will most likely be different, and what I mean by this is because if you watch the episode towards the end, we get a little bit of a hint towards this when Go provides the data to Professor, the new professor, while Ash talks about his personal connection to Lugia, how he connected with it more or less, right? Whereas Go is more about oh, I got the data on the Pokemon, right? So there seems to be this nice dynamic going on here. So ladies and gentlemen, I must say this episode episode was honestly just, in my opinion, fantastic setup, fantastic way to get things started, and I love the relevance of like Lugia now because it is my favorite Pokemon, so seeing Lugia get a bit more love makes me very excited. So ladies and gentlemen, 8 out of 10 from me. What do you guys think about the episode? What were your thoughts on it? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you guys want to see these sort of videos, this exact style of videos for all the episodes, let me know because I'll gladly do it. It does take a little bit more time to edit and put together, but I would love to do it if you guys want to see it. So thank you so much for watching. Have yourselves a great day, and bye bye, ladies and gentlemen.